The India Meteorological Department on Sunday said that maximum temperatures are in the range of 40 to 46 degrees Celsius over most parts of the country. Now, except the western Himalayan region, northeast Bihar and northeast India, where temperatures remain below 36 degrees Celsius. Now, the weather agency further informed that the highest maximum temperature of 46.9 degrees Celsius was recorded at Akola. Now, 98 of the world's 100 hottest cities currently is located in the country, raising concerns over the impact of rising temperatures. Now, India is experiencing record-breaking heat, placing it at the epicenter of a global heat wave. Now, temperatures in many regions have surpassed 40 degrees Celsius, with some locations nearing 45 degrees Celsius, pointing to a trend of increasingly intense heat waves. Now, the weather department said heat wave conditions are very likely in isolated pockets over Jammu and Kashmir and across Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and Gujarat during the same period, and with similar conditions expected over parts of Chhattisgarh till April 28. Now, the weather department further said an upper air cyclonic circulation lies over Uttar Pradesh and the neighborhood in lower tropospheric levels, while another such circulation prevails over northeast Jharkhand and adjoining areas. Now, viewers, I'm being joined by Dr. K.J. Ramesh, former DG IMD. Thank you so much, Dr. Ramesh, for speaking to News9. Now, Doctor, should people be worried because this summer is going to be worse than the usual summers that people have seen across the country?
Yes, really, indeed, it is to be taken very seriously. It is not only this year, year on year, intensity of the heat waves will increase under the changing climate regime. So, we have to plan for protecting ourselves, not only the human beings. Well, before that, humans feel about heat waves above 38 degrees. In humans feel it much later than the livestock and poultry sectors like our milk production and egg production will severely impacted right after 28 degrees centigrade itself.
Doctor, will this summer heat affect the monsoon, and should be the farmers across the country worried about that because of this heat wave it could affect the monsoon and we could see delayed or weak rains?
No, there is no link between the intensity of the heat waves and the advancement and onset of summer monsoon. So that link is not there. Only when monsoon advancement stalls somewhere after entering from Kerala because of some other meteorological circulation factors, then only the heat wave, prolonged heat wave will be continuing over central India and northwest India. But otherwise, as far as the establishment of the monsoon is concerned, there is no link between the heat wave and the monsoon onset.
Dr. Ramesh, how are we seeing things when it comes to agriculture and cropping pattern getting affected because of the extreme heat?
See, extreme heat, even in monsoon season also, it is on increase. So that's how in Indian Council of Agriculture Research is advocating for short duration varieties and the moisture resistant, low moisture absorbing varieties are promoted. And then this year, if you take the effect of the Gulf War with Iran war that is going on, so that is going to put pressure on availability of the fertilizers itself. So we have to be careful, and definitely strong advocacy and consultation with farmers has to happen for migrating them to the short duration varieties and low moisture consuming varieties.
Doctor, as we are seeing that temperatures in some parts of the country already have reached to 45 degrees Celsius, so will the traditional crops like rice and wheat, will it be difficult for the farmers to grow?
No, at the moment, very few areas only where groundwater is assured and irrigation surplus is there. Very limited area, current hot weather time irrigation will be taking place. And if that they have gone for irrigation during the hot weather time, depending on the assured availability of the water from groundwater or from the irrigation canals, so there should not be any problem. It will be more evaporation will be there. Water consumption by the crops will increase in the hot weather and heat wave conditions than usual conditions. If water availability is there, that should not affect the crops.
Well, Doctor, what do you think about the super El Nino effect?
Super El Nino, it is expected to evolve during sometime end of June or July over equatorial Central Pacific, and that will that alone, if it is working and forcing monsoon, then it will reduce the intensity of the monsoon rainfall, quantum of monsoon rainfall over India for July and August. That is what is the assessment so far. But while the El Nino and Super El Nino possibilities exist, on the same at the same time, in the Western Equatorial Indian Ocean of Somalia, we are going to see positive phase of Indian Ocean dipole. So that should offset the negative effect of El Nino or Super El Nino on the monsoon rainfall. And that should be another factor because of climate change. Last 20 years, what has been happening is all over Gujarat, Rajasthan, parts of Haryana and Punjab, rainfall has increased significantly because earlier we were not seeing the floods in Barmer and Bikaner and Jodhpur, particular Gujarat, several parts of Gujarat. So that is how the climate change has changed the rainfall characteristics. A significant increase in rainfall has taken place over the low rainfall zones traditionally. So these two, climate change factor and the Indian Ocean dipole's positive phase, are expected to reduce the negative effect of El Nino, Super El Nino on the monsoon rainfall. And we'll have to wait for the update of the monsoon long range forecast update, which will come end of May. And subsequent weekly, monthly updates of monsoon activity.
Dr. Ramesh, as per you, what should the government do right now to protect the people as well as the farmers from this intense heat wave that we are seeing?
See, immediately the people, just like in winters, we have night shelters, rain baseras, we should have hot wave, heat wave shelters in cities. Chennai has done it for gig workers. Just besides the bus stops, cool places with relaxation and water availability is established. Some sort of day homes with cooler environments have to be established for taking care of children, pregnant women, and elderly and differently abled people in the Juggi Jopadi and low economy clusters of the urban areas.
Now, Dr. Ramesh, out of the world's 100 hottest cities, 98 of the cities are currently in India.
Yes, that is true. Because what is happening is, apart from the global warming effect and the usual summer time, 38 to 40 is not uncommon for Indian cities during end of April and May times in India. But this time, more cities are experiencing hot weather conditions because of our own land use, land cover patterns. And at the same time, apart from the cities, we are also building very big wide highways and expressways cutting the forests and the natural ecosystems, disturbing them significantly. So 8-lane highway and expressway, you can imagine how much extra heat it will generate, radiation reflection from the surface, long wave radiation. So there are multiple factors in cities also. A lot of power consumption for corporate offices. They generate urban heat island effects. Additionally, at least 2 degrees warming than the cooler areas of Delhi, like Buddha Jayanti Park area to Connaught Place or the Nehru Place, if you compare. So there will be difference of at least 2 to 3 degrees just because of our own energy consumption, heat emission from the air conditioners also.
Well,
So we are all responsible for it, and metro construction has damaged or destroyed the traditional forest which existed in several cities. So there are so many factors. We have not taken corrective steps to compensate those natural systems which are protecting us from the hot weather conditions in the past. So that's how the impacts have been felt stronger and stronger and severe by our own actions, at the same time complemented by the global warming.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ramesh, for speaking with us and giving us this insightful details. Now, viewers, India is experiencing record-breaking heat, placing it at the epicenter of a global heat wave.